Shalom, friends. This is Daniel again with Bless Israel Network. And in this last segment about Islam, I'm just going to finish up a few more details about it and then share some other stuff in terms of current history with respect to the Middle East conflict and what have you. So, Islam, is it a peace-loving religion? Well, there are plenty of peaceful Muslims, but again, those are moderate Muslims. That's not Islam. The credo of Islam, quote, "There is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger." Okay? Where do you think they got that from? Now keep in mind, Judaism, between Islam and Christianity and Judaism, the religion that's been around far longer than any other is Judaism. Then along came Christianity, which really crystallized, not really when Yeshua was on earth, but Christianity really got formalized about the 4th century, Council of Nicaea. Okay? There were a lot of believers before that, but it really became formal about that time. Then Muhammad comes along in the 7th century, and he began getting these revelations, which ultimately became the Quran. And basically, if you think about it, what Islam has done is they haven't really created anything unique or original. They have kind of mocked and usurped material that has come from Christianity and moreover from Judaism, which preceded Christianity. So when you look at this credo, "There is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger," in Deuteronomy 4, verse 33, "Adonai is God and there is no other beside him." There is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. So where do you think Islam got that saying from? They mocked, they usurped what came from the Torah. Adonai is God and there is no other beside him. What they're trying to do is convince you that everything that preceded Islam is phony, it's not valid, it's got no value, and Islam is the only one that has value. That's what they're trying to do. Now, I mentioned earlier about Mahmoud Abbas and the former president of Israel, the late Shimon Peres, getting together with the Pope and praying. Ostensibly, I think they're leading us to believe they were all praying to the same God. Well, I don't think so. So let's look at the Quran for a moment. The Bible is the holy book of Christianity. The Torah is the holy book for Jews. The Torah, or the Tanakh, if you will, is married in the Bible, quote, Old Testament, New Testament. The Tanakh is an acronym which basically means the law, the prophets, and the writings. Okay, so you have that in Scripture. So there's a reason why it's in one book, by the way, okay? And it's not because Christianity replaced Judaism. No. There's an old saying, Judaism would still be Judaism without Christianity. Christianity could not exist if it wasn't for Judaism. Think about that. The basis of everything that became Christianity is in Judaism, including the Messiah, who was born, raised, lived, taught, died, rose again, and is going to return as, can I hear it? A Jew, a Jew. So let's look at some quotes from the Quran. Here's one. Allah stamped wretchedness upon the Jews because they killed the prophets and disbelieved Allah's revelations. Stamped wretchedness upon the Jews. Allah turned the Sabbath break, and by the way, they're all in the Quran. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay? Allah turned the Sabbath breaking Jews into apes. Apes. You know, you've seen all the Jews walking around, hanging, swinging from trees, eating bananas and stuff like that, haven't you? I see them all the time. Apes. Allah has cursed the Jews for their unbelief. So, Jews didn't accept Muhammad as prophet, didn't believe Allah was their God, so therefore we, because I'm a Jew, permanently cursed because of our unbelief. Excuse me? I think we know who we believe in, and it's not a moon god of war. Kill disbelievers wherever you find them. There you go. That is in the Muslims' holy book, the Quran. Kill disbelievers wherever you find them. Disbelievers can be Jews, which they are, Christians, which they are, and even other Muslims who don't adhere to the tenets of the faith. They are considered a disbeliever and need to be killed. Jews are the greediest of all humankind. They'd like to live 1,000 years, but they are going to hell. I didn't know that until I read it in the Quran. I guess I'm going to hell. Allah has cursed the Jews and hardened their hearts. Nearly all of them are treacherous. Again, this is right out of the Quran, my friends, their holy book. Don't take Jews or Christians for friends. If you do, Allah will consider you to be one of them. That's extremely important to understand, that a Muslim is not to take a Jew or a Christian as a friend, because Allah will think that that Muslim has become a Jew or a Christian. War is ordained by Allah, and all Muslims must be willing to fight whether they like it or not. War, let me repeat, is ordained by Allah, and all Muslims must be willing to fight whether they like it or not. Peaceful religion? Jews and Christians are evil livers. Evil is the handiwork of rabbis and priests. Christians will be burned in the fire. Finally, this quote: "No son did Allah beget, nor is there any God along with him." No son, right there. That is an absolute rejection of Christianity, of Jesus, of anything to do that doesn't have to do with Allah being the moon god of war and the only God that exists. No son did Allah beget, nor is there any God along with him. So, how does any Christian or Jewish leader sit and pray to a God that didn't have a son? Especially a Christian leader. Jews may be okay. They're messianic by nature. They so far haven't gotten the right Messiah. A lot of Jews, like myself, have. No son did Allah beget, nor is there any God alongside him. So, my friends, I'm going to bring this series of messages to a close with a little bit of contemporary overview. The conflict that you're seeing erupting right now has basically been fomenting for decades. Again, keep in mind, God gave the land that is under fire right now to the Jewish people over 3,000 years ago. Islam didn't exist. There wasn't a hint of it. For all Bible believers, God gave that land to the Jews. They are the stewards of that land. He gave it to them as an everlasting inheritance. And you know that that's a fact. You can look it up. It's throughout the Bible. And yet, Israel has enemies which believe that they are in a holy war trying to liberate what they believe is their land. They are not interested in signing a peace treaty with who they consider to be occupiers, because that would mean that these Jews would still be on the land. And they are firmly committed to eradicating the Jews because, in their mind, since they conquered it hundreds of years ago, they believe it's still theirs, and they will never relinquish that belief. Now, you talk about these organizations, you've probably heard their names: Islamic Jihad, Fatah, PLO, Hamas, Hezbollah, etc. I challenge you. Here's the proof that there's no peaceful two-state solution. Look up any one of these online, any one of these organizations, and look at their emblem, their official emblem. And every single one of these organizations, Islamic Jihad, Hamas, Fatah, PLO, you name it, every one of their emblems shows one green state of Palestine, and I say Palestine, not Israel. There is no indication of a separate Jewish state. It's one uninterrupted green state of Palestine, and on the emblem, in one way or another, is some weapon, either a sword, hand grenade, a rifle, you name it. So by their very emblems of their organizations, their goal is a violent conquest of the nation of Israel and eradicating all the Jews. That's their goal. Don't take my word for it. Look up Hamas, find their symbol. Look up PLO, find their symbol. Look up Islamic Jihad, find their symbol. Look up Fatah, which is the party of Mahmoud Abbas, and find their symbol, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is a battle about which God is greater: the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the God of evil, the one who wants to destroy anything and everyone. So I hope this series of messages hasn't overwhelmed you, but I hope that you've learned something from it. Please feel free to share it with others. And if interested, again, invite us to come to your congregation or your organization. We'd be happy to. There's a lot more information, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. But suffice to say, there is a tremendous amount of information that I was not really able to share in this series of messages, but would certainly be willing to share more in a public speaking forum. So bless you. Again, feel free to donate to our ministry, invite us to come, send us a note, join our mailing list. But for now, I hope this perspective has given you some clarification on why this conflict seems to never go away. And it won't. We need Messiah. We need Messiah. Thanks so much. Bless you.